All right. Looks like we've got everybody here. All you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Success. And this is like third time doing this. I'm like 3 for 3 on getting everything kind of pulled in together.
Don't get cocky, kid.
I'm like a regular pro, man. I got the LEDs now and everything rocking. This is gonna be fun. So if you're joining the stream, welcome tonight. This is a special presentation. We definitely did not do a playthrough already once on the stream. But tonight's even more special because today is the launch day for Kohaku at retail. So Kohaku is the newest release from 25th Century Games in partnership with Gold Seal Games. And we have a fun assembling of some people. Everyone on the stream here worked on the game in some capacity. So if you are watching the stream tonight, watching the playthrough, if you want to ask questions about whether it's the design process or the illustration process or really anything that's kind of gone into bringing this game from prototype all the way out to retail stores, these are the people that you can ask and get that kind of back behind the scenes kind of knowledge. But before we get started playing, folks need to know who is here on their camera screen. So let's start. We'll go around the horn. Let's start with Mr. Devine. Want to introduce yourself, sir, and tell everybody who you are and what you're doing here.
Danny Devine, and I am here because I designed the game and did the illustrations for the game. And
Man of many
there you go.
talents.
Yep.
But and so this is definitely not your first game either. I mean, you have a storied history of a lot of fantastic games. Care to want to run off just a few of them that kind of come to mind that are kind of available out there for folks still today to go pick up?
Yeah, other ones that you might know of are Spurlopolis, Circle of the Wagons, Harvest Dice, Topiary, Ghost Love Candy. Probably some other ones I'm forgetting.
Well, when you've got so many
on my shelf, it's
hard to keep.
I think
up.
those are the main ones that are out there in the wild right now.
Okay, excellent. Well, we'll get into some more of that while we jump in and play. So let's move on. So Brother Ming, welcome. It's your first time joining us here for a playthrough, and I'm so excited to have you here. Big fan of the work you do. So why don't you tell the folks watching what you get into?
What's up? Yeah, so I'm Ming. I go by Brother Ming online as my moniker. It's kind of a Chinese thing. I work on various board games. I design them. A couple of fan games here and there. I self-publish on games online, print and plays, etc., etc. And I also helped work on Kohaku as well as a couple other games as a cultural advisor to just make sure the game is in line with Andrew's vision and doesn't cross any boundaries that he isn't aware of. And I think the game looks gorgeous, and I think everything came out amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to play it with y'all.
Very, very cool. Yeah, which is that element. I mean, I don't know if I know it's gotten very popular. The cultural consultants and that kind of influence and conversation in the design and development process really becoming a lot more popular. I don't know how many other games you're getting pulled into, since you do this for multiple things. But I feel like that wasn't really as common, even just 3, 4, 5 years ago. But I'm so glad the focus is there. Have you seen more people reaching out and having conversations with yourself about this kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Myself and a couple of other people I'm familiar with. Sin is a good one. And I mean, the messages range in quality from hey, just want to make sure can you give me a confirmation that this isn't racist, but it's already done, to I've actually even done work for some companies that when I do the reports, it's very similar to I think a game developer's report. I type up a big Word document on Google Docs, go over line by line various issues and severity, like, hey, this issue, mild severity, this issue, severe severity, how you can change it, why you should change it. And I've done a couple of those, 3 of which are for games that, haven't been announced yet or are in the pipeline some way. One of which, they paid me, but then they just ignored all my advice. So I can't wait for that to come out. So I'm not going to name any names, but You'll know event.
I'll say we'll probably pick it up, right?
Oh no.
But yeah, that's just how it is. It's an interesting process because even now there's still a lot of games that could use it and just don't care. And it feels like every other week or every other month where something happens and enough people are angry about it, but rarely, I would say, still do publishers see consequences. So it is, I think, something that is only taken as an initiative out of the kindness and genuineness of publishers like Andrew. A good example: a few weeks ago, those 3 white girls who decided to make mahjong sets definitely had no Asian friends. That's just how.
Oh, we probably don't even know where it is on a map. That's how far off they were. So, well, I very much want to, because we have not talked about this yet, and for Kohaku in particular, I know obviously you and Andrew have a lot, and so I really want to dig into that as we play. So let's hold that. Let's let Andrew introduce himself, and then we'll jump in and start looking at this game.
Sure. I'm Andrew J. Smith from Gold Seal Games. I'm the one of the co-publishers and the guy that kickstarted it. And yeah, we got a bunch of other titles done and on the way, and yeah, happy to be back. Hopefully, maybe can eke out a couple extra points this time and take Danny down. We'll see.
Good luck.
Good luck. And really quick, just for those who are watching or now or later that don't know who I am. So Chad Elkins with 25th Century Games, and also co-publishing this with Andrew. Really excited about this one. So without further ado, let me get my screen shared here for the TTS. Let's see if we can all kind of see that. All right. Good. All right. So that's everything should be there now. So what we'll do here, you're looking at the game before it has been set up. What we want to do is have Danny walk you through how to set the game up. So whether you're playing it on TTS after this, or if you're buying and playing your physical copy, get an idea how to play it, walk through how to play. Then we'll just jump right in. This is an easy game. You can really much learn as you go. And so, Danny, well, you can take it away, my man.
All right. So yeah, you're looking at the main components here. You've got the central pawn board, and then we've got a stack of koi tiles, and we've got a stack of feature tiles. You're always going to use all the feature tiles, so you can just shuffle those up out of the box, and then depending on the number of players you have, you'll exclude some of the koi tiles from the game. And you can note there are some fish that have little piles of rocks in the corner. So basically, if you're playing with less than 4 people, you're not going to use the ones that have the 4 rocks in the corner. But since we're playing with everyone, we're going to put them all in. Shuffle it up, and then in order to make the math work, we remove 5. Go away.
Get those out of the way.
And then we populate the board by putting koi on all of these spaces that have the koi silhouettes, and features in all the spaces that have the lily pads. Oops. Oh, we got it. Look at those assistant hands.
It's so much easier to set this thing up in TTS when all the shuffling's done for you and everything else.
Yeah. So the goal of this game is that we're each going to be building our own personal koi pawns in front of us. There we go. And those koi pawns can take on any shape we desire, and we can build them however we want. There is the one main rule, though, that you're basically making a checker pattern between koi fish and feature tiles, just like they are on the central pond. So 2 koi will never touch each other, and 2 features will never touch each other. So you have to keep those alternating. But other than that, you can do whatever shape you want. On your turn, you're going to draft 2 tiles from this central pond. And the rule for drafting is they just have to be adjacent to each other. So you can take from the edge, You can take from the middle, but if I take this fish here, that means I have to take one of those features that are next to it. So for example, maybe I'll just grab those two because they go well together. The first two tiles you put into your, oops, there we go. The first two tiles you put into your pond do have to be next to each other, but on later turns, you can split them up. So if on a future turn, I got this fish and this statue, for example, I could put this fish here and I could put the statue there. So it's just once you have your pond established, you can start building it however you want.
Yeah, still keeping track of the, alternating koi feature, but in making sure they orthogonally are adjacent to each other.
Yeah. And then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep doing that on our turn. You're gonna draft 2 tiles, and then at the end of the game, which is going to be, I believe, 12 people for 4, or 12 of each tile for a 4-player game. Once that's all done, we're going to score, and the way you score is you go feature by feature. So you look at each of your feature tiles, which have the scoring reminder at the bottom, and you're going to get points for all of those based on these cards over here. These kind of the reference cards tell you how things score. So the single flowers, like this one here, those ones are going to score you 2 points for every fish that's adjacent that has that color. So these fish count because they are both black and white. So they count towards this black flower because as long as they have one of the colors. If you're able to get a flower completely surrounded and all 4 of those fish have that color, you will get 12 points instead. So you kind of get a bonus for completely surrounding it with that color. The double flowers here are going to score for either color. So in this case, this one will score for either white or red, and you'll get 2 points. So for example, just looking here, all of these would score 2 points because this one's red, this one has red, and these 2 each have white. However, if you're able to put a fish next to it that is both red and white, so it's got both colors, that'll get 3 points instead. Turtles down here, super chill. They don't care what they're next to. They're just worth 5 points regardless. Just like a turtle.
Just like a turtle.
Frogs are looking for dragonflies. And if you notice, some of these tiles have dragonflies on them. Some of them have baby koi. So the way the frogs work is every koi tile that's adjacent to them, you're going to count each individual dragonfly. So if you can get this guy next to the frog, that's going to be 3 points because he's got 3 dragonflies there. We don't have one out, but jumping over to the rocks are where the baby koi like to hide, and they work just like the frog, except they're counting each individual baby instead.
And the maximum dragonflies and maximum babies that could be on a tile are 3, correct? There's some that are less than 3, but definitely none that are more than 3.
Correct. Yeah, anywhere from 1 to 3 dragonflies or babies, or in some cases it's 1 of each. Statues. It doesn't matter what color koi are next to them, but they just want to be completely surrounded. So if you get something on all 4 sides of the statue, it's worth 10 points. If you only get 2 touching it, like it's currently where it's at on the board, you're going to get 3 instead. So to maximize the statues, you really want to surround it completely. And let's see. So butterflies is the other one that we don't have on the board. And butterflies are looking at line of sight. So they're going to look the entire width and height of your pond in all directions. Well, up, down, left, and right, right? And they're going to be looking for fish that feature the color that the butterflies are. So on this card here, we have white butterflies. And so, for example, if you had, let's just say this fish was over here, and you had the white butterflies right here, they would actually be able to see both of those fish that feature white. So you would get 4 points for that. So Butterflies, you have a chance to really just kind of set them up and score in all directions, since they're going to look through your entire pawn, not just adjacent.
Right, and this is the only feature that's going to score beyond just the immediate surrounding, cross orthogonal.
Yep. And then finally, all of the solid color koi fish, like this one is solid red, they all feature a coin in the bottom, and at the end of the game, you're going to get 1 point for every coin. The reasoning for that is because they have one color instead of two, they're less versatile. So collecting them, you kind of have to be certain that you're going for red, and it rewards you by giving you an extra coin. And I think that basically covers it. Did I miss? I don't think I missed anything, did I?
I think you covered it all. I think you.
All right. I'm a little nervous because I see that Kids Splaining is down in the chat, and they did those kids did the most amazing video, and I was like, these kids can explain my game better than I can. It was impressive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Allison or Daniel or both, but yeah, they the how to play that they made for this game is really, really good. Like it is so well done and concise, and their kids are awesome. Like the way that they explain games and their enthusiasm, yeah, it is. It's really, really great. All right, so looks like Andrew was having some connection issues and bounce, so hopefully he'll be back in a minute or so once he gets back on. But what we can do, let's go ahead and we can start with Danny, and then that'll give us time to play 3 turns, and hopefully Andrew will join us back by the time we get to him.
You got it. I'm probably just going to start with that example I showed. I like this black flower, and these skeleton-looking fish are my favorite ones in the game. So there's my logic.
There you go. So now what you'll see here. So once you can pull any 2 adjacent, but then once they're pulled, how you repopulate the board. You will always slide everything to fill away from the middle, and then you'll repopulate always to the middle 2 squares. So
grab the whole stack.
I don't want to take all of them. That'd be a short game. There we go. All right, let's see what I can do here. You know what? I mean, getting a butterfly early may be a good call. So maybe I can work on my butterfly action. So we'll start with that and go with this. And so since that one is already emptied, only the fish will slide out.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab.
Oh, there we go. Got Andrew back.
This.
Hey, my computer decided now would be the time to start an update. So I will, if you just zoom in on it, I will play remotely until somebody will take my moves from me, and that would be great.
Yeah, well,
I'll move them for you. No problem.
Yeah,
thanks.
One of us will make that happen.
All right, I've decided.
Okay. All right. Can you see in? There we go, Andrew. I don't know if you just want to have Danny choose your move for you. You can actually see the screen.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Okay.
Let's do. How many dragonflies are on the red and black?
3.
3.
I'll take the frog and the red and black koi fish.
You got it.
There we go.
And put them side by side. That'd be great.
Yeah, once you get in here, you can tinker with your board from there. All right. Couple of different turtles. That's actually both turtle illustrations.
Mm-hmm. Those ones are fun.
Amazing.
Those ones are fun to make because that's one of the ones that show off the 3D layers of the actual tiles really well, because the shell is above water in this one, and the turtle is below water. Those are my favorite ones to look at.
Yeah, I think those definitely make the layered effect really pop. Yeah, well, at some point in the stream, I'll grab a tile, or if Danny or somebody has one nearby. What we'll do is we'll show off the components, for the game, not only is it beautiful to look at just from an art perspective, and the design is obviously amazing, but the components really bring this thing to life.
I've got mine right here. One sec.
He's
All
so
right.
happy when he got his. Ming was so fired up.
Yeah, I'm talking to one of the guys in my Discord about it. The tiles for this is by far the best part. I love it. Oh, come on.
Oh man, I don't know what to do here. I'll tell you what.
Let's find a good one. It's my turn. Let me take my turn first. Let's see.
And he was saying, "Show the tiles."
We'll get there. Let's take this and this. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time. We played with Charity Board Gamer. I think it was last week. I can't remember the exact date. But played Kohaku with him and Daniel joined from Kids Planning and a few other folks, and had a really good time playing. All right, Ming, you ready to show some tiles off? I can make your screen bigger.
I haven't taken the peels off of all of these, so I gotta find the ones I've already cleaned up. Give me a sec.
Yeah, what he's talking about, all the tiles come with 2 layers of protective film to kind of help keep them from getting damaged during transport.
Yeah, because the box is heavy, man. Like all that acrylic's adds some heft to that thing.
What's that weigh at? It's like 3 pounds, 8 ounces or something crazy?
No, it ships at like 4.5. Like it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nuts.
All right, is it my go?
It is your go. I can grab what tiles you want.
Let's do. Oh man, interesting. Let's do the. None of those bad boys got 3 dragonflies on them, do they?
They're all ones, and this one's a 2. This one's a 2.
All right, I'll tell you what. Take the red flower and the koi above it, and just put it all in a straight line.
I'll let you get them sorted out when you get in here.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Sorry, we're booting up. It's going. It's going. I have a computer from the 1990s, apparently. So I'm very very slow.
Rocking that Texas Instruments.
Yeah, man.
You're an engineer. That's embarrassing.
I have a really cool computer at work, but not this one.
Hey, but that Commodore 64 plays games well. So you do you, Andrew.
It's crank powered. It's crank powered. Yeah.
Let's see what Danny's working on.
I've got a theme going. I'm just going to get all the skeleton fish. I'm just making a.
You are. Yeah, I see a pattern.
Symmetrical themed pond. Yeah.
All right.
It's going to backfire eventually when all the black and white fish run out, but that's okay. Oh no! Look at that. They just keep coming.
Did you shuffle these? Who shuffled
For me.
these?
I put in that code where I just shuffle it the way I want it.
There you go. All right, man. I don't know what to do here. All right, let's do what I need's a rock. That's okay. We'll do.
Oh, the status.
Go ahead and show off some tiles.
All right, here we go. You ready? Let me make your screen a little bigger here so everybody can see them. You got your light?
Yeah, there we go. So you can see these are acrylic tiles. Very shiny. Oh, it's not in focus though.
Get that camera in focus. There you go.
There you go. Look at that.
Because now you can see the shadows and
put this turtle there. Look at this little turtle.
So good.
Come on. You can focus. There we go.
So
Turtle.
this was one of the biggest challenges of making this game is that
Oh no.
Basically no manufacturer had done this exact process before. Like people have printed on acrylic before, right? But not this kind of back print visible, like you can see what's printed on the back of the tile from the front, but when you flip it over, it's covered. Nobody had done that before, so that was kind of like I think we all did.
We lose the lobby, Danny? Are you still in there?
I'm still here.
Weird. Okay.
Huh.
Sold at least one game just now on my Discord. That's good.
Thanks.
Wait, real quick, where can you get it, Andrew?
So the very first step that you want to take is to make sure if you have a friendly local game store, to hit them up and ask them if they have it on order. If they don't, ask them to order it.
If they don't, ask them why.
Yeah, say, what's wrong with you? Are you the other guy down the street has it? Why don't you? Right. But no, yeah, get it. Definitely want to ask your game store, your local game store, and support them in any way you can, especially right now with, making it's kind of tough for those guys to stay in business because can't really have gatherings, right? So support them as any way you can. After that, it's going to be on the 25th Century Games website or on the Gold Seal Games website or any other random, online board game store. But yeah, in that order. Look in that order.
I'm scalping these for $10.
Yeah.
I stole a crate from Andrew. Don't worry.
Like it fell off a truck. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing the game. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm still there. I could just I'll just play solo four ways, and then I'll post a picture and be like, it went great. I won 4 times.
You won 4 ways.
Oh, wait, he's also in chat. I see. Oh, he's in both my chat and the Facebook chat. Okay, there we go.
Man,
is that why he's...
I'm just not having luck today, I guess. Technology.
Do you need me to save it and reload it? I don't know. You guys
Nah,
can't
man,
get it at all, huh?
you can. You know what? You don't need me.
Oh, no one's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us are in.
We might not need you, Andrew, but
okay.
we need the rest of us.
Well, Danny, go ahead and save it and reload it. While we're waiting on that, I guess we can take some time, Chad, to talk about Ming's role in the bringing this game to life. I know you had mentioned wanting to do that, so
let's talk about the culture consultant stuff with this, Ming.
This is definitely. I mean, to be honest, this is probably the easiest project of the ones that I did do work on. I've had projects where, there are minute details, like, for example, Chinese game about, I don't want to get too specific because they're not announced, but, artists, they're painting. They're painting on on the cover, just looking over all assets, right? What assets they've made, gameplay, places where, that might just be iffy. Really good example was this painter on the cover. He's painting on an easel, like a standing easel. And the whole aesthetic of the game is a Chinese watercolor painting. And I'm just like, okay, so, they wouldn't use an easel, right? They would be on a desk. They would be sitting down. Not gonna talk about how that one ended, but stuff like that. There's also other great ones,
which is interesting. Though, like that alone, people, you would think painting. The first thing you think about is, well, we need to show us one on an easel because that's just your vision of what you think people do, but not watercolor, right?
Yeah. If you're doing acrylics, the classic European painter, they've got their little palette and the easel,
right.
But this dude, full blown Chinese aesthetic and. It just, I have to it's one of the things like if you grew up with watching Chinese people paint or do calligraphy, you're just like, that's not what they use.
Yeah, but if you've never seen that, like that's
right.
immediately what you assume.
Right. A
Right.
really good one is for example, I worked on a game called well, not gonna name games. So there was a token in this game called a offering token, where it was essentially something when you helped a local family, you know, do a task, help rebuild, provide them resources. You know how board games are. Gave you a resource in exchange. In this case, the resource was offerings instead of money. The offerings, you know, it was essentially the idea is that these people are thanking you for your help. It's like a favor token. And the art for the favor token was they decided to use incense, like Chinese incense that you would burn. And, you know, that doesn't make any sense. Why would, you know, if you went out and you were being a good Samaritan, having a family of, you know, villagers give you burning incense is odd, because normally you burn that when people are dying or dead or just or praying to gods. So a really good example of that, you know, hey, let's replace this with something much more normal, which is fruit baskets, which you know, is a thing in America, but in China is huge. Giving people fruit when you visit them or when you thank them is just very common. In Japan now, it is modern Japan. It is like a full-blown industry. Like gift fruit in Japan is huge, but even outside of that, like Korean pears, Chinese pears, shui li, it's a great gift to give somebody as thank you or was visiting. So replace those favor tokens from incense that you would burn for the dead to fruit, which made a lot more sense. So that's kind of like just to give an idea of like what the work entails, right? I go through all the assets, I go through the gameplay, and I point out things that, hey, this doesn't make any sense. It's just so that because you know, the industry, of course, is not very Asian, especially with Kickstarter being like the main dominant force. The main audience and the main creative force behind it, you know, isn't very diverse. And so when you see these kind of inconsistencies in the games that have a theme that is meant to be culturally diverse or using somebody else's culture, people from that culture, when they see it and there's these inconsistencies, can immediately kind of get that gut feeling that, oh, this wasn't made by somebody who looks like me. This wasn't made for people who looks like me. This is just made by people who don't look like me and are just using my culture as a commodity, right?
Right.
So fixing these inconsistencies is really big deal, just to make sure that, one, if the inconsistencies are bad enough, you'll get people really pissed off. For example, there was a 3D printing Kickstarter recently that had, you know, just all these different figurines and terrain pieces, and it was Pan-Asia, right? It was completely random. You know, they had ninjas and three kingdoms, Dynasty Warriors characters side by side, and like, you know, for their NPC scopes, one of them was a coolie, which, if you don't know, some old Asian American movies use it, like comedy movies will use it, but essentially is like it's a slang word for Chinese slave, and it is essentially an outdated insult at this point. And he just used it, and people were like, "Listen, like obviously you've done zero research, because if you just Google coolie, the first thing that comes up is this is an outdated slur. This is, you know, offensive. Don't use this word."
Which is slightly like Google is like the absolute bare minimum, right?
Yeah,
Now,
Google
obviously, if you
words you use, right? Like bare minimum.
Right.
He probably saw it in a movie and was like, "Oh, coolies are these servants," because the figurine, the miniature, was of like a servant. It was like a guy, like, you know, hauling water barrels. I was like, you know, that's what you call slaves, right? Like that's not
right.
Don't use that. Just, you know. So that's one thing. If it's bad enough, people get pissed off, and also if it's, you know, just making sure everything's consistent and correct, increases your audience, right? There can only be pluses. Unfortunately, I'd like to say when people are pissed off, your success will be affected. I don't think that's the case. I don't think minorities make up a big enough market for Kickstarters, for like hobby games, to really make a difference.
Well, I think as a publisher, I think a lot of that can be driven from the publisher side, right? Like if we, guys that look like me, Chad and Danny, are reaching out and normalizing, that activity, and it's just, this is what you're supposed to do, right?
Exactly.
And it just becomes normal. I don't think, the people that would otherwise have issues with it will have to do the work as much anymore. Like they're not the guys that are going to have to take the burden, right? It's going to be us publishers, because it shouldn't be the people that would otherwise suffer from, our lack of knowledge, or what it sounds like some people are refusing, even though they are given that knowledge. I mean, like the stuff that we didn't hear, like Ming said, it was like, it's probably his easiest console, but it's stuff that, I mean, I'm not Asian, right? Danny's not Asian, and the term Pan-Asian, right? Like there was a little bit of that creeping in to begin with, and Ming was like, well, look, you chose the Japanese version of this name, in your game. So like down to like the music in our Kickstarter video, he's like, look, that's very, the sounds in this music are very Chinese. You need to, find a composition that's not that, because you've already kind of committed to one type of Asian right at this point. So like stick with it,
Right. For sure.
Yeah, we took out.
We did good. Kohaku was pretty straightforward. Like you said, like the and you were very receptive, so like that made the whole process way easier. I didn't have to go hardcore on you or anything like that. Very simple things like I mean, the name Kohaku is great. So it's like, hey, that's distinctly Japanese. This game is now Japanese themed. Let's not try to make it Pan Asian, right?
Right.
It's your turn, Ming. Looks like you're back in here. But on the name of Kohaku, though, so that the origin of that is actually the name of a type of koi fish, which I think is the one that's one I'm out here right now, right? Which is a red and white patterned koi.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the literal translation is amber, but it's also kind of the name for the breed of koi fish. There's all kinds, like Kohaku, Beko, all there's, I don't even know how many there are. They're all shiny and pretty in different colors, and there's different patterning that's considered desirable and all that. But Kohaku was just a fun one, and it's one of my favorite. It's one of the most popular. It's considered one of the more popular colorations. So you kind of went with that. It's like picking a golden retriever as the mascot for your dog
game. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I just want to point out, Calico, great game, doesn't have a calico on the cover.
Doesn't have a calico on the cover.
That is a fun game though. Those guys.
You're right. It's like an orange. It's like an orange tabby or something.
doesn't have a calico.
There's got to be a reason. I've always been to reach out to them and ask them. I'm sure they've explained it somewhere, but there must be a reason. The only thing I can guess is the name came after the art, and they're like, well.
I mean, those guys pay attention to so many other details in the game.
I cannot imagine it's not intentional.
That's gotta be intentional, right?
I feel like at some point one of them just decided that if we don't put a calico on the cover, people will talk about it.
There you go. Little troll, little personal troll.
Yeah, man. Every time calico comes up for me that I see on Twitter or anywhere, the first topic is there's no calico on the cover. So.
Man, you guys are making it rough. None of these things are good for me. Oh my goodness gracious.
You'll figure it out.
Fine.
Yeah, we missed out. We could have put a golden retriever on the cover.
Yeah, we should have done that.
It's called Kohaku. People are like, all right.
This game about koi fish with a dog on the cover.
I mean, if you have a dog and you have a koi pond, chances are the two of them have met at some point. That's at least what happened with my parents' koi pond and their schnauzers.
Yeah.
They just went swimming.
All right, Danny, you gonna keep going for these white and black fish?
Yeah, I think I need to keep that. It's just so beautiful. I mean, I really wish that this flower in the middle was the black and white.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Yeah,
But I mean,
or just
it now.
a butterfly.
There you go.
Yeah, right. And we're just gonna get this turtle. Who doesn't love a turtle just hanging out?
So, Danny, your parents have a koi pond, and Chad, don't yours too?
Yeah. So some of the pictures that are in the Instagram account for 25th Century, if you see a koi pond in the pictures, like it's my parents' koi pond.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Do they have any kohaku in their pond?
I think so. They got like a bunch. They got like they've had some fish they've transported for like 3 different moves. Like so they've got some that are like, I mean, like huge. You know.
Wow, that's nuts.
All right, let's see what can I do. Oh, Ming's
My parents.
stealing my things.
Oh,
Just
my
jump-
parents.
jump in
I'm
the
sure
line.
they did at one point, but it's gotten to the point where there's just been so many years of just crossbreeding from whatever fish they had in there that just happened to like each other, that now they've got all sorts of bastardized fish, I'm sure.
just
Right.
mutts, just big old
Yeah.
mutts, right? That's okay.
There we
I
go.
mean, at the end of the day, they're just carp, right? Like, you know,
right.
it's like
All right, Ming, you're up.
Ah, you took it.
Oh, did I take the one? I didn't realize which one you're grabbing. That wasn't intentional.
I wanted those butterflies.
Yeah,
Drat.
it's like
Let's see.
Protessa has joined the stream. Protessa, good to see you.
hello.
And then so we had a question about the acrylic tiles. So the question there is this the only version? A lot of times you would see this only in a deluxe edition versus a cardboard retail edition. This is the only edition. So wherever you buy the game, whether it's on an online store, your local game store, publisher website, it's the same game. So what you're seeing, those acrylic tiles, is the version you're going to get.
I actually didn't realize that was the case, Andrew. Dang.
Yeah, man.
But you offered originally the Kickstarter was split between acrylic and cardboard.
Well, it was such an off-kilter split from
Mhm.
what people have wanted on the Kickstarter. Like, we had several hundred people asking for the acrylic, and then less than 100 people asking for cardboard. And as you know, there are minimum print quantities.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And it just didn't make sense for us to print both versions from the Kickstarter. So we gave the opportunity to upgrade or get a refund, and a ton of people upgraded. It's kind of hard to pass it up. What's cool about it is, like, aside from the tiles being really, really fancy, like the game is really great still. So, like, it's if there ever is a cardboard version, and I'm not saying there will be, if there is, it's still got, we're still going to make it really pretty. It might not be our acrylic level, but it's going to be, and obviously not as expensive, right? But for what you're getting an awesome gameplay, really, really relaxing, learns and plays fast, and it's got components in it that no game has right now. So hopefully we might start a trend. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the acrylic is just like the game itself absolutely stands on its own, regardless of the componentry. I think
Exactly.
the layer components were something that we, and Andrew and I talked about, teaming up, and helping bring this to a wider distribution level. We talked about it. Like, do we want to bring the cardboard edition, and then obviously would have enough for the print run, along with the Kickstarter version, or do we actually want to make it, really bring this one to market first? And so we collectively made a decision that for the game to launch, this is the version we think that we want to bring to life first, and then if later on we decide to do a cardboard, then we will. But otherwise, this is the edition now that we feel most confident about.
Yeah, and it brought the vision that we had from the get-go. And I mean, we agonized over it. Like,
Danny, waiting on me, or am I waiting on you? Or waiting on Andrew?
No, I'm done.
I just want to point out that people are talking about Calico's cover.
Yeah,
I didn't think people were getting her black. I just think it's really funny. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it was a Fortessa that said that there is in the rule book they do tell you about all the cats, and I think it is somebody owns the orange cat. There you go.
Never flipped through the rule book. That's sad. I watched how to play it on YouTube. Who reads rule books these days?
But yeah, Calico's an excellent game. I got that over there. I got to play the prototype of it with Kevin at a con before everything went south.
So fancy, Danny. So fancy.
Oh man, no more black and white fish. I have to diversify finally here. Let's see.
Yeah, looks like Dawson. Dawson, welcome. Glad you could join. Yeah, Dawson says about they actually used some backers to get some additional cats for in the game. Wish I had known that. I would have actually tried to get one of our two in there.
I have 2 cats, and I'm sure they're in the game because my cats are tabbies, and they are the most generic looking tabbies.
we actually have a calico.
I was over at your house a long time ago, pre-plague, and you had just gotten that tiny little one. How
She's
big is
grown. Aria has grown.
Yeah,
maybe she'll come in. Maybe she'll walk.
She was like this big, man. Wow, she was so cute. I have like a really cute picture of her on my phone still. It's like, is that weird? Like, I have a picture of my friend's cat.
I have pictures of all my friends' pets. Like, that's just how it is, you know. You got to take pictures of your friends' pets when you visit them.
And your friends are like, hey, I have kids too. And you're like, no. I'll double tap that on Facebook or Instagram sometime. I'll want pictures of the cats.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's take a look at what Ming is building over here. What you got going on?
I think I'm gonna go with the.
Those butterflies looking juicy for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that white butterfly.
All right, can't pass that up. Gotta take it.
Oh, some of the art. There you go. That's what the 3 dragonflies look like. So on the acrylic tile, the dragonflies would be on top, and then the fish would be on the layer below the acrylic. So which what helps give it that 3D effect.
To answer for Tessa's question about how to shuffle the tiles, I kind of like just to lay them out in stacks, and then just kind of mix up the stacks. So I just kind of almost like poker chips, just kind of click a few around, and then you mix them up, and then do it in 2 big stacks next to the board. That's what I do.
Yeah, there's 120 of these bad boys. If you don't have a big table, you can't do like the poker wash or anything. But yeah, I just kind of randomize them as you go. Yep.
Yeah, they shuffle not too badly. I mean, if you have them in your hand like that, they just The what is it called? The center pole shuffle.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Getting technical over here.
Yeah, we had for Jurassic Parts, we had a lot of folks because you have to shuffle all those tiles together, and they're these big hex, thick tiles. People are like, how do you shuffle tiles? Because they're not cards, and so you just kind of do the same thing. You kind of spread them out and put them out together, and bounce them around.
Do y'all guys remember that game? This is a pretty old one, Neuroshima Hex.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the original. How the hell do I shuffle these things?
Well, they're hexes too, so they always get misaligned when you're. Yep.
Not gonna lie, that game was a nightmare. Gameplay was good if you could get through the nightmare.
Right.
They had a digital version, which was just like
the digital version.
Yeah.
It
should have been a video game.
Yeah.
Is it me? No.
I think it's Danny now. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it back to me? Oh, has everyone got? Okay, everyone's got their fish. My bad.
So look at the different shapes that we've got going on. This is kind of cool. Mine is the most boring of all of them, but
let's do this. I'm gonna put that right there.
Yeah, Dawson's saying that Jurassic Parts isn't too bad. Multiple small stacks, so many pick up. There you go. So you could actually do the same method for this game. It actually worked just as well. All right. Is it me?
Yep.
I've got like only the butterflies. Oh, you know what? This actually is even better. So I'm gonna grab that.
How much can y'all hear my family behind me? Is it
Not
bad
all.
or is it all right?
Nah, you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
At least it seems like there are shrieks of joy at the moment. It'll change, but
How do I not have any? Let's do it. There we go.
Good point.
Yeah, I was just asking about writing names on the table because it's hard to see the edge of the table. So let me Danny's going with the pencil. They can just use the text typer, Danny. You want to be sitting here like
no way.
scratch it in the chalkboard.
I'm gonna etch it into the table. You guys can type your names.
Here, Danny, put like a CE or something over here. I have all the tools hidden, so I don't want to try to like. So put it like right here or something. That way, like in the corner. I'm trying not to cover all that up.
There you go. I'm gonna make that C terrible because I'm writing it with a mouse. This looks like a real artist writing this out for you.
Can we point out that Danny did the illustration work for this game?
Maybe that's not the time to point it out.
There you go. Andrew needs to scribble his name up here somewhere.
Here.
Oh man, I'm in trouble. There's no white fish or red fish. Oof. Oh, there's a red one.
Red fish, blue fish.
Oh, did he just kick Ming out?
Gosh.
Oh no, I'm in.
Oh, your name's not in the corner. Okay, as long as you can move around.
I think now he's gone.
Oh boy. No. Oh, yep. Now I'm gone.
Was it Ming's turn? Here we can go ahead.
It was my turn. Oh
Here,
boy. Let me see. Let me look at the screen.
Here, you want to look at the screen? There you go. What do you want?
Oh man. I think I want the red and black fish with that turtle.
Okay.
Yeah. Just throw it over in my corner. I'll figure it out once I'm back in.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like how terrifying it would be if in real life, like you got booted from a board game? It's like you're just playing and your friend just like vaporizes from the table. Ming got booted again. Hold on.
All right, Andrew.
That happened to some game nights in the Marvel universe when Thanos snapped, right?
There you go.
People in the middle of Gloomhaven, they had to wait 5 years to finish it.
All of the implications of that snap.
That was probably the worst that ever happened to anyone in that movie.
All right. There fish? No fish with red. Man, I'm just getting beat up this game. I need to pick a new color set. What do we got here, kids? All right. I like that.
What is up with my tabletop? All right, I'm just gonna quit and restart.
Oh, did you take the babies? Dang.
I did, man.
I wanted that rock. It's like the first one that's come up. Oh, that might not be bad.
All right, back in business here. Let's see.
That makes no sense. It says I have no connection on Steam, but I'm connected to the internet.
Yeah, definitely on the internet.
We go here. We'll take those white butterflies, drop them right there. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right.
Oh, come on.
If you click really fast on the button, it helps.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, you know what platform this game would work really well on? Screen Top.
Screen Top.
Why is this game not on Screen Top, Andrew?
Because I'm lazy.
God, this game is perfect for Screen Top. Come on.
It works also really well in person.
Yeah.
You got to wink into the sunshine when you said that.
All right, so Ming wants us to grab one of these for you. Let's go stack them up for you.
All right, give me that. Give me that. Whoa. Can you zoom in a bit? Let's see. So it's a white and black.
Yeah, don't let Danny get it.
Why not?
Yeah, give me that white and black and the turtle. I'll take 2 turtles. I don't know what I'm taking, so I'm just gonna take turtles.
It's easy, you know.
Yeah, that's what your board looks like. Oh. Grab the corner.
Wow. Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, I grabbed the TTS, grabbed the corner. All right.
There we go.
I just want to try to get within like 20 points of Danny. I think I'll be happy. That's kind of my goal.
All right. Here we go, kids. Well, I got some choices now. All right. The world is looking up. Everything's coming up roses.
It's because you finally got some red fish out there.
Yeah.
So speaking of, so since Fortessa is in the chat, let's talk. Ranger, you want to talk about what you guys are working on together? Is it too early? Too much spoiler?
No, it's never.
Fortessa. That's the Book of Villainy, right?
There you go, Ming.
Oh man, I'm so excited for you guys. I am excited for that game.
I didn't want to say it.
I didn't recognize Fortessa. Like it didn't like come off the top of my head, click. But like I was like, oh, Fortessa and Andrew. Oh man, that's where I remember that name.
Yeah. So we're publishing Fortessa's game, Book of Villainy. It's the pitch is, everybody's a villain, but you're not very good at it, so you're writing a book about it instead. It's basically a bunch of B-list, second-rate villains that are trying to do various nefarious deeds that aren't actually bad, and writing about it and making a book. And it's very campy and cheeky and self-aware, and all the chapters have hilarious things on them, and there's cool gadgets, and the artwork is very like 1990s animated Batman style, so it's got this really cool look to it. Gal named Melissa Douglas is doing all the art for it. It's like the perfect fit for the theme. She's awesome. She's been really good to work with. Yeah, it's a Rondell set collection game for the nerds out there that are listening.
The technical specs.
Yeah, the tech specs. Yeah, and we're targeting, if things go really well here, it might be into Q1, if not very early Q2, on Kickstarter. So pretty stoked.
Cool.
Pretty stoked.
I've been playing it a lot as through the development process. It is very fun, so I'm looking forward to seeing the real version.
Yeah. The art, we got some new art today, actually, or yesterday.
Right, Ming, you back? You're back.
I am in. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Just in time.
Sweet.
The writing is really good on that too. The version I got to play had a bunch of new writing that Fortessa did. It's funny.
Yeah, we're actually, so what's cool is, so I asked Fortessa, if there's anybody that she would like to kind of involve with the project, just to kind of make sure that we're, diversifying, giving different people opportunities, also it's just kind of cool sometimes to just work with people that you like. And I reached out to a couple people that she suggested, and they're all on board. It gave me an excuse to reach out to some old friends too that I hadn't talked to in a while. One of them's a stand-up comedian who has a sportscast thing as well, and so it's going to be wild. Like, we're gonna have a really cool crew of people that are putting efforts into the game. It's gonna be a really cool product. So pretty stoked about it. Put a lot of love and care into the games we make. So
very cool. So Bob Crowell from One Board Family has joined the chat on Facebook. Bob, good to see you here, sir.
Bob, man, love that guy. They make really good stuff over there. One Board Family.
Yeah, the One Board Family folks are awesome.
You guys are killing me right now.
You still not taking your towels yet?
Oh my god!
How is this taking so long?
I'm getting murdered.
You don't want yellowfish? There's lots of yellowfish.
I do not want the yellowfish. Screw the yellowfish.
You can close out your red flower with this red fish here.
I need a Kohaku. Give me a freaking red and white flower fish, man. I need a red and white fish so bad. I committed to that too early. Well, I will take these two, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, we're not able to type in the chat ourselves, it looks like. So somewhere, Jocelyn was talking to me about testing a game with him, and I absolutely will do that. And he was referring to a game he was helping me test. I was developing a baseball card stock, like a stock simulation game where the stocks are baseball cards and your kid's trying to collect the coolest cards.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Man, I have so many sports cards still. Like, does anybody trade those still? Is that like a thing?
Bob's the person to ask. He's the one that's busting packs on the feed every day.
So many old cards. I have the last time I went through a Beckett and looked up their value was like 1989.
The fact that you even said the Beckett monthly price guide, already kind of dates yourself. I'm assuming they don't make it anymore, but maybe they do.
I don't know.
It's possible they have a website now, but
that's true.
I mean, my kids just collect Pokemon cards. Like, they don't really play it yet. I've played a couple times with them, but that's the hotness is Pokemon cards for sure.
That's such a
they got Pokemon cards at McDonald's for their Happy Meals right now. This is a very recent thing. This is very topical. Yeah, all today I was seeing on Twitter and YouTube all these people. You got a mix of scalpers just buying hundreds of kids meals, just try to get those gosh darn Pokemon cards from McDonald's, man.
Oh my goodness.
Goddamn scalpers.
They had the little mini board games recently too, right? They're like Battleship and Connect 4, and they're really cute looking.
Really?
But I guess they're like little mini, games of Connect 4.
Whoever's running that department at Mickey D's, man, they got something figured out.
It's like a mix of trash and sometimes like a really good stuff. Like
right. But it's all about the nugs anyway, dude. It's all about the nuggies.
I thought you were a Wendy's fan.
Spicy nugs are back.
I am a Wendy's fan.
What?
I'm a big Wendy's fan.
Get out of here.
Zaxby's.
Out of you.
Love me some Zaxby's. We've got a Zax. So we've got a Wendy's, a Chick-fil-A, and a Zaxby's all within 3 minutes, and we try not to eat that kind of stuff. And but every once in a while you're just like, I'm tired and I'm hungry. Let's go. And we were doing Wendy's for a while, and we thought about the Zaxby's. I haven't had that in a minute, dude. It's so good. It's I feel like it's underrated. It's underrated. It's underrated.
So I went to Georgia Southern, actually coincidentally wearing the hat. So which is where Zax started. So it used to be called Zax, not Zaxby's. So the original name was just ZAX. And it was right next to campus. Like literally in some cases it was closer to get to than the cafeteria. And they had a huge porch that you could literally just show up and just drink beer and eat chicken fingers.
That's awesome.
And they used to have a big cup, those big plastic cups that you bought it. You could refill it for $1 or something crazy. So you just keep it in your backpack. Then in between classes, you just go, fill it up at Zax and it's on the deck and hang out.
And they've got the best ice too. They got that.
They get the roll rabbit pellet whatever.
Yeah,
Killer
man.
Ice.
So good.
So good.
God, what is my
Meanwhile, in
life
Nevada, I don't
become?
know what you're talking about. Zaxby's, never heard of them. We got Applebee's. Does that count?
What? No. Dude, get out of here.
It's okay. Zaxby's is not good. You're not missing out.
What?
Cane's is where it's at.
Who?
We do have
Y'all
a
are-
Cane's, and there's a line. There's a huge line every single night there. So they must be doing something right. I have not gone because I
Cane's
have
is
not.
amazing.
I have not wanted to sit in that drive-through line. But
Oh,
Hattie B's in Atlanta is awesome. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
you've been to Hattie's in Atlanta? Wait. I was thinking Hattie's in Nashville. I was about to.
No.
Well,
Hattie
that-
B's in Atlanta.
Yeah, there's Atlanta one now.
It's-
And then
I-
Gus
a
Gus
little
is right
five.
next to my house too. Is awesome.
I was
Gus is
from
awesome.
I was in Nashville for 3 years, 2 years out of college, and oh man, that hot chicken, man, I ate it so much.
Danny, did you
Dude, I
go?
love Hattie's.
Are you
Is it
waiting
back
on
to
me?
me?
I think so. Yeah. Andrew, I think just went.
Okay.
Just-
Another black and white fish.
Just serving
I mean,
it
do I
up.
need it anymore? I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's because you literally have all of them.
Oh, I know. It's all blocked off. I do pretty much have all of them. Man, and I really made a mistake there. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Everyone heard that. Danny made a mistake in his own
Yeah.
game.
I did.
He's not a
I was
robot.
banking on getting a different fish there.
You're going to score like 40 points and embarrass yourself on stream.
It's the rule though. If Ming beats you, there's got to be some wager. If Ming
I think
takes
he
you down.
forfeits all of his designer royalty rights to the game.
I like
Imagine
that.
if that's how we sign contracts.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to
When
you
the
have to
game gets
win.
released, you have to challenge the publisher.
Yeah. It's you don't get paid unless you can beat me, right? Oh Lord, I would be paying so much money. Do you ever, Chad? Like this, and Ming, you probably know. He's a publisher. Like I suck at the games I publish. Man.
Games suck at their own games. Like I'm terrible at games, man.
I mean, you play it so much, and I think part of it, especially games like this, is you get caught up on the 50,000 different things that could happen, but instead of just like this game particularly, it calls for you to kind of just be in the moment and be kind of peaceful and chill. And if you're trying to do anything but that, you will lose this game because it is punishing, but not in a way where it feels bad ever. Like you're like, oh, like you lose 1 point here, 2 points here, 1 point here, kind of thing. The thing that drew me to this game when we signed it with Danny was the theme and the gameplay match perfectly. Like it is such a relaxing game and chill, right? So I'm very happy with that. Kind of a bit different than a 4X or a war game or something like that, right? So I play a lot of those.
Right.
Chad, we cracked open New York Zoo the other day.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Read through it. That was
Oh, it's you, by the way, Andrew.
okay. Christy gave that to me as a gift for your recommendation, man.
Yeah, she hit me up for a few recs. That was one of them.
Man.
We actually, it was like good timings. Like my wife and I just played it.
I just got disconnected.
Oh no.
What will that do to the table?
Oh, no.
It'll pass the crown probably.
Will it?
I think
Are
so.
we all going to get booted?
I think it passes the crown.
Let's hope so. Nope, it boots everybody.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh no!
Oh boy.
Gosh,
It-
it's just
It may have saved it though, Danny, before it booted you.
It may have. We'll find out.
I guess we'll find out. Anybody know any good?
I
Good
am
books?
back, and I think we're pretty much where we were.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I'm back in too.
9.
We are. It's my turn. Yep.
Yeah, everyone should have 9 fish and 9 features. There you go. That's exactly what you were doing when it crashed on me. Okay.
Look at that. TTS saving the day. Literally.
Mine is not happy. Let's see here.
It does, yeah, it does autosave, but it's bitten me before. Thankfully, it auto-saved. Sometimes I get auto-saved like a few turns before. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could change the frequency of your autosave. That's good.
Yeah, if Tesla's saying that, that's interesting. I'll have to look at that. I don't think I've ever even changed that setting. That will definitely help.
Wait, just kidding. C needs to go. Took my turn before C did. That's my bad.
Before Chad?
Yep.
Yeah, before Chad did.
He's loading.
You remember what you took?
What background did you put on this, Chad?
Oh, it's like...
wow, so nice, man.
Right?
Nice.
It's fancy.
You always have fun ones on these.
All right. Let's see. Let me make that bigger. There we go. And yeah, I took this, I think. Yeah. I think I took that and this. Maybe. If not, that's what I'm taking now.
Wait, that's not how it works. There we go.
We're getting close. Oh, wow. You only got 2 rounds. We're getting really close.
So were you saying it's Andrew's turn then?
Yeah, now it's Andrew.
Okay.
It's my turn. Okay. I like that fish with the black in it. Could really use. Let's see.
Oh, all the black flowers.
Yeah, man. They're all gone. They're all 6 of them are out.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. He's got the other 4.
Look at you guys counting cards.
Are you not counting cards?
Yeah.
No.
Frequencies and probabilities in this game.
Yeah.
This is probably why I always lose this game.
Oh man. What do we want to do here? I got some options. What's that dragon or that butterfly gonna get me? At most 6 right now. I'm not a big fan of that.
Dawson's eating salmon right now. That is for dinner.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
We won't tell the koi fish.
Right. What was you shared the stat the other day. What was the largest koi fish on record? Something like a couple 100 pounds or something crazy?
Yeah, it's like over 200 pounds. Her name is Big Girl.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So, can you eat koi? Like, is that like a thing? I don't
think so. They're not very tasty, I imagine.
I mean, you can eat.
Yeah, you can eat those things, but I don't think they taste very good.
Like anything is edible, but
yeah.
I
mean, clearly, if you're eating the Wendy's nuggets, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, true. No, and then the oldest koi fish was a scarlet koi, named Hanako.
Oh.
That was like passed down for several generations, and it was like through written record, and something over 200 years old, and they did a scale aging test on her, and like the written record was within reason from what the science said too, which was pretty incredible. So I mean, they'll live a long time if you take care of them. And then what's cool, there's another koi fish that's like they're golden. There's a metallics as part of the breeds, and the golden koi, forget the name of them, but they're renowned for being much more calm and kind of relaxing, and they're easier to like hand feed and everything, and putting them in your pond actually, they will make the other fish kind of chill out a little bit too. So it's kind of a little bit of an interesting, little addition to your pond. I find out too much stuff about the games I publish, man. I know,
that's a good thing.
My bee game, dude, like Honey Wars. I know so much about bees now. It's so like I will never use this, but it's cool.
Bees.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Have you guys seen the little bits in Honey Buzz?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Even the new next move, it was Next Move or Plan B. Either one of the two has the new bee game that has like little plastic bees on like stands. Yeah, it's like
man, people are going big.
Yeah,
it's getting fancy.
Next thing you know, there'll be like 3D acrylic tiles out there in games. Nuts.
It's never gonna happen.
Never happened. No one's gonna do that.
Let's see if anybody else can figure it out. Right? It's gonna be it definitely was a manufacturing challenge, that's for sure. So, all right, what do we want to do here, kids?
So you got this turn, and we got one round. So once
One
you finish
more.
this, everybody gets one more turn.
All right, that red flower needs to get shut quick. Let's see here.
That is honestly like that is one thing I've learned in all my losing of this game is that the single color fish, you've got to close them out with 4 because if you just have 3 on them, it's 6 points, and if you close it with 4 sides, it goes all the way to 12. There's like almost no way you can put a single tile anywhere and score 6 points except for some butterfly action. But that's like an easy way to make sure to maximize points. I'm trying to get better about that.
Yeah, the single flowers there's 6 of each color in there, so we can see right there looking at the pond. It's the most common feature in there as well.
Yeah, I think that like people, even if they weren't as common, I think because of several elements in the game or use color, I think you are gonna find that people are gonna build a gradient into their pond anyway. Like it's probably the easiest thing to score to, like, oh, color matching, like that one's easy versus babies and dragonflies mixed with color, right? So it's probably the easiest to score. So, or at least the one that you gravitate towards naturally, right?
So are you gonna close out the black one or the red one? You got 2 open that you can.
I'm gonna take this, dude, because I got a little. Well, good call, Chan. What do we got?
I'm trying to help you out because I got a feeling you're gonna come in last if I don't.
Bro, get out of here.
All right, let's finish this.
All right, it's the final countdown.
Yeah.
Let's see what Danny's gonna do.
Rasha's telling me that food's
Oh
cold,
man,
so.
It knew I wanted a yellow and white fish. I totally did. I programmed this just to be for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
The perfect take.
I mean,
we got Henry Audubon in the group.
Henry. Oh my gosh.
Designer extraordinaire. So designer of Space Park, Kingswood, which is one of ours.
Been a long time. Yeah, I remember meeting him 3 years ago at Proto ATL. He's gone on to do big and mighty things, man. Congrats.
Actually, it was probably that Proto ATL is where Henry and I met, and then it's how we teamed up to do Kingswood.
Yeah, man.
Danny, did you go? I missed it if you did.
I did, yeah.
All right,
yeah, he dropped like a 15-point turn on us too, Chad. So. Yeah.
I need to close out this red. I was just talking about it, so I'm definitely going to do that. And if I grab this one, it has 3 babies, so that will work with that rock. And then I can... man, I don't think... what's going to be the best option.
Part of this game, like, you always wish it could go like 1 or 2 extra rounds, because like your pond's never done, right? You're like, all right, it's done. It's always like, oh man, if I had 1 more turn, I'd score 11 more points, or
just do that.
Oh.
All right.
What do we got?
And once you guys take your turn, we'll probably follow and let Danny score his. Like I'll zoom in and let Danny score his tile and talk through the scoring process while Ming and you and Andrew can score your tiles.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you really killed me there. Let's see.
So normally
doesn't
when you
seem like it makes a difference. So let's take this.
Normally when you score the game, so the game actually, so this thing in the middle here is a neoprene mat in the physical version, and you do get these scoring markers. So as you're scoring your points, you would move, both fish along as kind of like you're counting up. And then of course, once you got, if you were happen to break 100, then the backside, one of these, nope, neither one does. The real version, one of these has 100 on the other side. So that's how you would score normally, but we will do a digital calculator version because we're in TTS.
Yeah, might as well use it for all the trouble it's given us. Let's leverage it for what it can do well, right?
Yep.
Oh man. All right. So that gives me 4. Just trying to do some math here, kids. It's another 4 points there.
Looks like so. Dawson talking about all 3 of those games get to our table a lot. Got our family hooked on parks. So he's talking about Henry's designs with Space Park Parks and Kingswood. Sure, Henry appreciates the support, Dawson. We certainly do with Kingswood, and I'm sure Keymaster does as well. Which is another Georgia company. They're here probably about an hour from where I'm at here in Atlanta.
Yeah, man, love those guys.
So during the games dropping in and out, I must have missed a turn because there should not be this tile, and I am 1 short. So.
Oh, you really? You want?
Yeah, normally it should have ended right now, but I just counted my fish. I have 11. You guys all have 12, so 1 point.
Well, yeah, grab one.
Yeah, grab one. So I will grab one more, and then
an extra turn.
But not this one. You're not allowed to take this one.
When you lose, I don't want that to be the reason that you.
That's the one. You don't. Yeah, I don't have an excuse.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. That's like the most massive turn. Like, yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good getting that.
That was a pretty good turn.
Okay.
All
right. So you guys start scoring. I'm going to zoom in here so everybody can watch Danny score his pond here, which is looking very 3-color oriented.
Yeah. All right. So I like to score left to right, top to bottom. That's the easiest way to remember it for me. So looking at these butterflies, I get 2 points for every fish it can see that has yellow, and it can see in all 4 directions. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. And I get to hear every click again.
We're all going to listen to you click that.
It's very loud. My mouth is right next to my microphone. The frog is looking for dragonflies, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red and white fish, which happen to be all 3 of those, so those are worth 3 points each instead of just 2. So that's 3, 6, 9.
Yeah, the yellow fish here had been on this side. This one would only score 2 points, and each of these would all score 3.
Right. The statue is completely surrounded. Color doesn't matter, so I get 10. This one's looking for red and black, so these 3 are going to be worth 3 points each. This one just has black and not yellow, so it's worth 2. So that's 9, 10, 11. And right here, this is completely surrounded. Each of these fish have white, so that's 12.
Oh, and I thought that pretty well. Andrew already blew me out.
Same with this black flower here, another 12.
I'm really happy with my score.
Did you break 100?
I did.
What?
I did.
We'll see in a second. Let's see what Danny ends up with. I still got to score mine.
That one's 12. Turtle's just worth 5. This butterfly is looking for white fish, so I've got 2, 4, 6.
Oh, Danny's breaking 100 as well.
This one's looking for black fish, so 2, 4, 6.
Oh my gosh, dude. Jeez.
He always breaks 100.
1.
Oh, the coins.
2.
Yeah, don't forget
Yes.
Did you beat me?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so you got yours all scored up, so that's 103.
Oh,
3.
All right.
Wow.
Ah.
503. And you had 102, Ming?
Yeah, 102.
Dang.
All right. Let's
Chad,
see.
you got to break 100 or you're buying everyone a beer.
Oh man.
I forgot about the coins. I have 4 coins. That pushed me over 100.
Nice.
It's gonna be
I'm
real
happy with my
expensive. I
score.
gotta buy flights and beers. So all right, so we'll start at the top. It'll be get 5 points and then another 5 for that turtle, and then the baby fish. So I'm gonna got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Oh, 18. And then let's go to here. We've got
ooh,
red.
that
So
did
2,
work for
4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points.
Nice butterfly. That was good.
Don't underestimate me. I think
Mm-hmm.
and then closed out this red flower. So that's 12 points. Then let's look at the yellow butterfly. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 8 points.
Still very solid.
We've got the red and white. So we'd be red would be 2, 2, 2, and 3. So that'd be 9 points. Let's see where we're at. Frogs looking for dragonflies, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got red and yellow for 3 points each. So that would be 3, 6, 9, and then 2, just because it only has yellow for that. So that's 11. So it should be 77, right?
Yep.
Red didn't close it out, so only 4 points. Dragonfly here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for that frog. So that gets me to 90. And then red butterfly, we got 2, 4, 6 points.
How many coins you got?
I don't think I'll break 100. 1, 2,
That's 3.
3.
So close.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. So what we end up with?
Chad.
There you go. So we ended up with 102, 105, 103, and 99. That's crazy close.
Mm-hmm.
I say that since I'm in last. That's like, oh, so tight, so close. Best game ever. Like, you know. Usually I'm like at 80 points and like struggling to get there. So that was not a bad game.
Now that butterfly was huge for you, man. 12 point butterfly.
Big
I like that there's no cap on that. Like it's only limited by the number of tiles that you can take, right? Like
Yep.
I do like that.
It's the only one that doesn't have a cap, right? The butterflies, but you have to be, if you're going to go butterflies, you have to go for it like Chad did.
Yep, commit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, all right. Well, that was super fun. I want to thank everyone who joined us in the live stream or who ends up watching this later on YouTube or Facebook. Kohaku, so we want to release this today. So that was kind of the reason why we all got together, everyone that was involved in the project. Kohaku is available now in game stores across the world. So if you saw it, you're interested in it, certainly go pick it up at your local game store. Definitely support them if you can as your first option. And then certainly can come to 21st Century Games website or Gold Seal Games website and pick it up from there as well. Be much appreciated. And for everyone here, let's go around. We always had some intros at the beginning, but want to go around the room here and just say, kind of where folks can find you and keep up with what you're working on and kind of what you are working on, if you can share it. Danny, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I usually just hang out on Twitter at 3D Devine. I'm also frequenting on Board Game Geek, so you can find me there. Same thing, 3D Devine is my username. And yeah, I'm working on more stuff with Button Shy for their wallet line. Agropolis is coming out soon.
Yeah, man.
And then a couple other things I can't quite say yet, but
Yes,
There's always something. There's always something in the pipeline.
Sprawlopolis and Agropolis. I mean, I've done
Metropolis and
really
Combopolis when you mix them together.
have done really well for Button Shy. Those games have absolutely crushed it. And I had no idea until actually almost recently that you also did Circle the Wagons from Button Shy, which I think was my first Button Shy purchase ever. It's a fantastic game.
Danny, is there another iteration of Circle the Wagons coming out? I know it was like X-filed for a second there, and
well, there's the X-Files version that's floating around there that was in the loot crate. So you can get them on eBay, but they're not like in regular circulation. But we have it's not the same theme, but it's a similar kind of thing that hasn't been announced yet from Button Shy that Circle the Wagon fans are gonna like.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Good stuff. I always have to like ask if what I'm allowed to say, like, because I get, we hear stuff.
Yeah,
like all of us here, like, hear about stuff. And you're like, am I allowed to know about that yet? So,
that's why I was so cautious about the bookability thing. I'm like, I don't know what's been said. So I'm like,
oh, man,
aren't you
tell everybody about it?
You can talk about?
It's our next thing, man. You can't sell a secret, baby.
There you go. Well, actually, Andrew, since you're already talking, I want to talk about what's obviously Kohaku right now, but what's up next and where can folks find
you? We're Gold Seal Games at Gold Seal Games, pretty much everywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Book of Villainy on the horizon, and then some cool titles from John Jewell and Jeffrey Allers as well coming up. So.
Oh, I just realized I didn't have participants' names on. I could have done that the whole time.
Man,
I know I messed up.
The whole time.
I forgot to click that button. There's a lot of buttons in here. Ming, what are you working on, man? You're always working on something. So tell folks what's coming up next.
Yeah, so right now I've got a couple of things in the pipeline. My first big fan game, Anna's Roundtable, is about to ship. Going to production soon. Should be shipping by May. Got a new big fan project started now with Genshin Impact. That's in this asset creation phase. Also got an original title coming out soon. Going to be going to Kickstarter this July is the hope. Called React, and it's a anime themed dueling game about artists with various superpowers. So like, a calligrapher that's able to write calligraphy that turns into laws. And like a sculptor that's able to create little living statues, stuff like that. So that's going to be on the horizon for me as well. So
very cool.
The artist and Danny is like, this is what I dream of.
Yeah, we got one of our characters, an animator. He creates animation frames that forces people to act in ways he wants. All kinds of cool stuff. It's you can find me on Twitter, mostly Brother Ming Games. If you find Brother Ming Games, you'll see all the links to my other projects as well. Instagram, Brother Ming Games, etc., etc.
Nice.
Very, very cool. So, and real quick from 25th Century, obviously Kohaku retail stores now. Probably said that 1,000 times because it's important. Coming up very soon, late pledges are still available for Tutankhamun, which is a Reiner Knizia title from the, I'm blanking on the year 1990, I think was a Spiel nominated game. We're bringing that one back with some adjustments and some fantastic art from Jackie Davis.
Beautiful adjustments, man.
It looks really nice. There's even a deluxe edition, so it's all fancy. But check that one out if you can go to 20thCenturyGames.com. There's a link to it, as well as after that, we've got On the Rocks, which is teamed up with Pentree Games. That will be coming out to retail as well around the same time later this spring. Then we've got a couple Kickstarters in the works that I'll be announcing soon. So lots of fun stuff happening. But 25th Century Games everywhere. We're pretty easy to find. On that note, again, thank you, Danny, Ming, Andrew. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Go check out Kohaku. The TTS build that you saw us play tonight is available in the 25th Century Games workshop. You can actually play it at no charge. So you can, if you have TTS, access the workshop and give it a shot. Then, of course, go buy it. So, everyone, thank y'all for joining. Again, thank you for all the support for 25th Century Games. Obviously, Danny Devine's work and Andrew as well. But on behalf of them, you guys all have a good night. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thanks.